Hello, everybody. This is Ian Beckles, and welcome back to In the Trenches. That was a tough one to watch yesterday. Buccaneers fly to San Francisco, get mollywopped. Like I haven't seen the Buccaneers get trounced in a while. 35-7 was the final score. Now, if you didn't watch the game, you would say, boy, they got beat up. That score does not indicate the actual score, because at the end of that game, the San Francisco 49ers and John Lynch and Shanahan and those guys, they pulled Brock Purdy. They pulled Brock Purdy so to not get him hurt. Now, think of that. Brock Purdy against Tom Brady in his town against his team, and they pulled him at the end of the game to not get him hurt for the future. And Tom Brady was in the game. You see how backed up and effed up this is going on, what's going on right now? The 49ers, their organization is in a beautiful place because they have plug-and-play system. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Take Tom Brady out and see what this piece of shit looks like. And Jason Light, you have to start thinking about the future now, because as fans, we could keep on saying we're going to be in the playoffs anyways. So what? And then what? What's going to happen then? This Buccaneer team, there's not one thing they do even average. What do they do average? Seriously, it's time for us to get real. I'm going to get real today. That's all I got in me. I don't have nothing but real, okay? Because if I had Tom Brady in the room, I would say, Tom, you know you didn't play well, right? Tom Brady, and this is the problem now, okay? Watch me. It's hard to lead when you're part of the problem and you're a big part of the problem. Yesterday, if we would have took the names off those jerseys, Brady and Purdy, you wouldn't know which guy's going to Hall of Fame, that's for sure. Tom Brady played like a horse's ass. Go back and watch the film. None of it's good. I mean, none of it. It used to be, okay, he's immobile, but he's going to get the ball out quickly. You know what? Getting the ball out quickly is beneficial. Listen to me quickly. Listen closely. Getting the ball out quickly is beneficial when you're scoring a lot of points. When you're not scoring points, getting the ball out quickly ain't about shit. That's just you not getting hit. Tom Brady's preserving himself, and he knows he ain't going to be here next year, everybody. I'm a Buccaneer fan. I care about my organization. And listen, I'm not downplaying Tom Brady, but he's doing what he has to do because this is life. And Tom Brady looks at his people around him. He knows this is not a championship team. He knows this team has no business talking playoffs right now. Tom knows that. Tom has seen that. And, Brock Purdy, Montana, shredding our shit. Sometimes he was Brock Purdy, Montana. Sometimes he was Brock Purdy, Steve Young, whatever. But he looked pretty darn good. Going into that game, Brady is 7-0 when playing against anybody who's never started before. Well, Brady is a lot of things, but he ain't that now. He's not that now, okay? Brady, we don't score points. We just gave Brady all the credit for scoring in a last drive to squeak out and they score, 20-something points? For what has happened? We are not... Our offense, we have the offense of a 3-win football team. During the game, they're putting up all these statistics. You guys are going to tell me that they're going to make noise in the playoffs and they're 31st in third down? How is that going to happen? You know what you're going to run into in the playoffs? That. What just happened? Come on, man. This is to a point where we got to stop bullshitting ourselves, okay? You know who's just a guy? I wrote a list down. Julio Jones is just a guy. What the hell has he done this year? Julio Jones, and I like to say this before I break down this list, I have to say in all due respect, because Julio Jones is one of the best ever. But in all due respect to Julio Jones, right now, Julio, you're just a guy. And I'm going to say that 10 times before I say this next name. In all due respect, Mike Evans, right now, you're just a guy. Mike Evans is not number one on nobody's team right now. Nobody. Right now, Akeem Nicks is not even just a guy. I'm letting you know I know a little bit about trenches play, Akeem. You ain't trying. Your effort level is minimum. You were collecting checks like Albert Hainsworth did. I'm watching you, brother. You ain't doing shit. Our whole offensive line are just guys. What's happening out there? We don't run the ball. We don't protect well. They're just a bunch of guys out there. All of our tight ends are just guys. Jamel Dean, just a guy. Will Golston, I used to defend him all the time. Right now, you're just a guy out there. That's all. How many just guys do we expect? How many ballers did San Francisco have? All of them? Ballers everywhere. That's what it's supposed to look like. And once again, you take the names off those jerseys yesterday, you don't know which guy's going to Hall of Fame and which guy's a first-time starter. Brady looked bad yesterday. When do you come to the point, and listen, I know what I'm doing. I'm talking bad about the guy who's the best that he's ever played that position. I know what I'm doing, guys, okay? I'm talking about right now, who would want him? And who would you be benching? Tom Brady right now, where he is at this juncture of his career, needs a lot of help around him. We have to understand that, a la Peyton Manning back in the day. He looks like Peyton Manning now at the end of his career. I hope you see it. Because there's guys, Scotty Miller had 3 steps, and that ball was 10 yards underthrown. There was a few balls this year, 10 yards underthrown. That's all arm strength, okay? All arm strength. So we can keep on acting like we can shit on ourselves every week and then we're just going to snap our fingers in the playoffs and beat somebody? What are the Buccaneers' milkshake? What's their milkshake? Everybody, you have to have that's an old Khalees song. Milkshake is what you base your everything upon, okay? Back in the day with Tony Dungy, what was their milkshake? They ran the ball well. They played defense well. They don't turn the ball over. They play great special teams, and they're where they're supposed to be. What's the Buccaneers' milkshake right now? What I'm seeing is a team who can't stop anybody. I'm seeing a team who everything they do offensively is hard. 3rd and 14, we throw the ball 3 yards. Everything we do offensively is hard. We had 1 touchdown yesterday. It should have been intercepted. It should have been intercepted, and the guy who caught it, it wasn't for him. So when you talk about things being hard, it don't get much harder than that. This high-flying Buccaneer team who last year was scoring 30-something points a game, we just aren't good offensively. I mean, we just keep on, stop it. No. We can't beat anybody right now. And the teams that we are beating, they ain't going nowhere. Saints ain't good. Come on now. And I keep on hearing from people, well, if Mike Evans would have caught that ball in Carolina, if Keanu O'Neal didn't get the penalty on the first play, there's the rest of the game to be good, okay? There's a whole rest of the game to be good. And we have to stop acting like people are good, okay? Let me give you a couple names that are in key positions, and they just aren't good, okay? And there's no other way for me to say it right now. They know it's not good because they put the film on and it ain't good. Right now, Donovan Smith, who I've defended for a long, long time, ain't good. What do you want me to say, Donovan? You're not good. You're not blocking anybody, and when you are blocking them, you're holding them. You're the most penalized player in the NFL. So I can't defend you anymore. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka may be worse than Gaines Adams. May he rest in peace, Gaines Adams. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, let me get the right word, sucks. He's soft. He's unaware. He's uninstinctive. And I'm to the point now where Jason Light, I like to have Jason Light say, what the hell did you see in that? That is awful. I don't care. I'm to a point now where you could put the bust on him. He won't be good. It's long enough now. I've seen enough film where you're not good, okay? You had 1.5 spin moves this year. We're in the back end of the season. What have you done this year? What have you done? Vita Vea, calf strain, he's out. I'm starting to lean on Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp told me way back when, it's a wasted pick. Vita hasn't done anything this year. Nothing. I mean zero. Donovan Smith's terrible. Vita Vea's not good. There's just so much greatness out there, or the ones that are supposed to be great are our liabilities right now. This is not good. And you can play poorly. That happens at times, and that's Todd Bowles' issue and all that kind of stuff. That's all good. But when you watch film and there's a lack of effort on both sides of the ball, there got to be some soul searching, okay? There's going to have to be some soul searching because this offense ain't tough. Our defense ain't tough. And Todd Bowles came out in the press conference and he basically says, well, we don't know what we are. Well, Todd, we don't know what you are either. That's real. And Leftwich against Shanahan looked like the biggest mismatch in the history of any matches yesterday. Okay? And the fate of Tom Brady may have been sealed yesterday. You really think Tom Brady, if he plays next year, he's coming back to this shit to put his legacy on this shit? You really do? No way. No way. He ain't Russell Wilson. Tom could still play. I mean, he could, in his mind, he can still play. Russell Wilson won't really have much to say. Tom Brady could get me out of here. I'm the guy, get me the hell out of here. He's still that guy. But I'm going to tell Tom right now, you've never been here before, Tom. You got to look in the mirror sometimes because that mirror, what's in that mirror ain't good. Not on the field right now. It's not good. And I think Tom's starting to lose the room. Didn't think I'd ever say that, but eventually life catches up to you. He's 8 years behind when it was supposed to catch up to you. He's 45. When you're 37, you're old at a quarterback. He's 45. So he's already defied everything. This should have been happening 10 years ago. So he's already an anomaly. But you can't expect a 45-year-old. I mean, maybe you can. Last year he did. I didn't expect him to do it last year. But it had to stop eventually, and it stopped. Tom Brady, that era is over. Now, I'm not going to say Tom Brady can't ever win again, but the Tom Brady era is over. He's not that guy anymore. He's just not. And, boy, when you're yelling at people and you put the film on and you look like a horse's ass, they're going to not care how many Super Bowls you have because it's you against them. And if you're yelling at me and I watch the film and you're not playing well, I'm going to yell back. Believe that. All right? So this Buccaneer team right now is in a crucial situation. And they're in limbo because every team in the NFL, you can tell me if they're playing for the present or for the future. What are the Buccaneers playing for? Are they playing for the present or the future? Presently, they're still in a playoff run, but they ain't beat nobody. The future is without Tom Brady. It's a funny, funky place we're in right now. It's not my problem. It's Jason Light's problem. It's the Glazers' problem. As a Buccaneer fan, it's not fun to watch, but at times when you win a Super Bowl, you sell your soul. And I think that might have been it. It usually happens afterwards, and this is the aftermath of winning a Super Bowl. It's the aftermath of bringing Tom Brady in here. It's the aftermath of saying it's this year or bust. When you do this year or bust, lean years usually come after that. And unfortunately, we're in the midst of some lean years. And the funkiest thing is we're still in the midst of a playoff run, which I just don't understand why I'm still saying that, but it's still true. And you know what? If they lose this week, and I'm just going to say this same shit next week. They're still going to be in the midst of this thing because there's this awful football going on in the NFC South. The worst I've ever seen, actually. Because the Buccaneers are the worst first-place team I've ever seen to this point of a football season. And that's saying a lot. Anybody that wants to hit me up, it's Ian Beckles at radioinfluence.com. Please hit me up. I like getting your questions, and this is the way I get this stuff off my chest because that stuff was not fun to watch yesterday. I remember the days of Super Bowl and whatnot. It's ugly. Everybody enjoy your week and please be safe. Peace out.